We have seen a number of protests throughout the day. Demonstrators have taken to the streets focusing on a range of political issues, and the protests have been tense at times. For more now, let's go live to our Brooks Jerose, who continues our team coverage now from the Ferry Building in San Francisco. Brooks, how's it going?
Well, just about anywhere you go in the city, you see people waving flags, holding signs, and wanting their voices to be heard. We're outside the Ferry Building right now in downtown San Francisco along the Embarcadero, where you can actually see some people that have flags out right now. This is the latest protest that's happening today. People carrying Palestinian flags, but there are other major events that are happening in town with all those dignitaries, and these protesters want to grab their attention.
Voices grew louder, crowds got bigger, police lines became longer. With world leaders in San Francisco, tensions are seen and felt across the city.
Philippines is not for sale!
The Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit has brought out thousands of protesters, hundreds shutting down this intersection at 5th and Mission Streets Wednesday morning, blocking dignitaries and attendees from making it to Moscone Center for the summit.
We're sending a message that the people of the world, the people here in San Francisco, don't agree with these neoliberal policies that are taking place at the expense of the working class peoples, the suffering peoples, the poor peoples of these different countries.
Nearly 200 groups make up the No to APEC coalition, concerned key issues facing the 21 economies are being ignored or misrepresented.
We're really worried about the climate crisis, and what we've seen from APEC so far is that they're not really making that a priority, and the way in which they're using the term sustainability feels very much like greenwashing, because we're not actually seeing any plans to transition away from fossil fuels, which we know is the leading cause of climate change.
The overall goal is to defend human rights, which are dangerously threatened by the policies that APEC promotes. What APEC in practice does is reduce people's living standards and expose them to human rights violations.
Down Market Street, dozens of Falun Gong supporters are calling for an end to imprisonment, torture, and persecution that they say has been happening at the hands of the Chinese government for decades.
Persecuting Falun Gong means persecuting truth, compassion, and tolerance. Think about it. This is not normal. This is not human, right?
Political messages about wars, annexation, occupation, and immigration are seen and heard as motorcades twist and turn through the streets over barriers and around fences.
It's scary. It looks like a zombie place, you know, we're trying to keep people away from here.
It's what some call the exclusion zone that's negatively affecting some small businesses downtown, like Mel's Diner.
It's been very slow, all the closure, the streets and everything. We're not having that business that we usually have.
It's pushing protesters to rise up, a fight they say is for the working class.
We need to listen to what it is that they need instead of lining the pockets of billionaires, of millionaires, CEOs, and the politically elite.
Protesters determined that their message will be the true apex during the APEC summit.
Now, police presence has been seen around almost every corner and near every single protest, including this one right now. Now, many more peaceful demonstrations and protests are planned over the next few days. So far, no major incidents have been reported. Live in San Francisco tonight, Brooks Jerose, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, Brooks, we've seen a number of them popping up throughout the day around the city. The one where you're at right now, is it dwindling? Is it getting bigger at this hour? And what are they doing? Are they planning to march anywhere or basically just stay where they are?
This particular protest is a Free Palestine protest. It is similar to the one that occurred last night. It has increasingly been growing in size over the last hour or so. They're getting their chants together. They're planning to do a much larger demonstration within the next half hour or so.
All right, we will continue to watch it. Brooks Jerose live down there by the Ferry Building in San Francisco. Brooks, thanks.
The